Are freelance clients really willing to pay for that? When I first started freelancing back in 2016, I remember doing this face and thinking to myself constantly, would someone really pay me to do that? Really? And now almost 6 years later, 40 plus clients under my belt, making it to 6 figures as a freelancer, I'm here to say, yeah, really, they'll pay for that. So if you're a newbie freelancer wondering what clients are even willing to pay you for, in this video, let's talk through the 3 things a client will pay good money for and my big tip on how to use these to your advantage to make it rain. Hey, it's Dea, freelancer, digital business manager, most recently entrepreneur. And as always, you can find sections on the play bar below if you want to skip to a certain part of the video. Your time is precious. Take what you need. If you want to watch this on 2x, please feel free to do so. I won't be offended. Okay, let's dive in. Now, here are 2 important things to understand about what clients are willing to pay for. 1, clients pay for value add to their business almost always. And 2, clients pay more for obvious value add to their business. So what is value add? What exactly is value and how do you add it? And yes, I know value is kind of relative. What is valuable to one person may not be valuable to another, but broadly speaking, value can be given one of 3 ways by you as the freelancer. First up, value can be given via your expertise, aka you know how to do something that your client does not know how to do. Expertise can come from your education, from work experience, from understanding strategy, a technical skill set, lots of places. As an example, let's say you are a sales copywriter and you know how to write strategic copy for a sales page and your client doesn't. Then you are offering value by bringing your sales skills to the table, or you are a digital business manager like I was and you know how to best project plan the launch of an online course and your client doesn't know how to do that. So those are big value adds to the client as you're bringing something to the table that they themselves don't know, don't understand, and you're filling that gap in their business. So giving value via expertise is kind of the main way most people think of when they're thinking about giving value to businesses and clients. And I know at this point, some of you are saying, okay, cool story, Dea, but I don't know how to do any of that. How can I give value when I know nothing? Then you're really going to like the second and third way to give value that we'll talk about in this video, but not so fast. I also want to take a second to remind you that nobody is born with work experience or expertise. Nobody shot out of the womb knowing how to use Excel and have 20 plus years of experience with managing cross-functional teams. There are tons of ways to actively develop expertise, especially with the interwebs so available to us. So here are some examples of how I personally developed expertise when I first began with no work experience. Watched YouTube videos. I spent forever watching Asana and ClickUp tutorials on YouTube when I first began online. Anytime I came across a tool that was being required by a client to know and I have never heard of it, I would just go to YouTube, look it up, watch a few tutorials. Done. I knew roughly how the tool worked and the rest I could figure out once I was in the tool. Videos are free, right? There's so much free stuff out there. I also bought courses. So I bought a course on, for example, how to be better at YouTube so I could offer it as a service and be better at, this whole thing. Is it working? Time will tell. You could borrow or buy a book. I bought tons of digital marketing books when I started diving further into my role as a digital business manager so I could provide more strategic marketing help to clients and increase my value add. You could do internships. I did plenty of internships back in my day. The expectations for interns, they're lower, so you can really take your time to learn and make dumb mistakes. JK, don't make dumb mistakes, make smart mistakes. You can volunteer your skills. I did a lot of volunteer work when I honed skill sets like design and copywriting, and you can easily use that as experience and expertise as well. I highly encourage you to think about this and actively work on developing your expertise if you want to build a hella profitable long-term freelancing career. But if you're like, okay, Dea, I'll do that. Pinky promise, but what about right now? What should I do right now when I don't have the expertise? Then let's talk about the other 2 types of value that freelance clients are willing to pay for. The second way to contribute value that clients are willing to pay for is via your time instead of your expertise. If you can help a client save time, they'll pay you money for it. AKA, if you know how to do something that they just simply do not have time to do, or you know how to figure something out that they don't have time to figure out, right? Like if a client needs to get a blog post up on their WordPress site, but they're just too busy doing TV interviews all week, You can do a quick little Google. You can figure out how to do it. It's not very complicated. Or if a client needs someone to organize their inbox into all their emails into different folders because they're just drowning in their client work, they don't really know how to do it, but they don't really have time to spend 2 hours on Google trying to figure out how to best label and color code folders. You can do that for them just by offering your time in sorting those emails. It's not that the client can't do it. It's that they just don't have time. They're busy people, right? And there are definitely a lot of tasks out there that don't really require much expertise to do. They can be done just with the help of your trusty friend at Google. So the next time imposter syndrome creeps up and is like, whoa, you are not an expert at doing this and you've never done this before. How can you possibly charge money for this as a freelancer? Remember that many clients are willing to just pay you for your time in doing the task or in figuring it out and taking that off their plate. So ask yourself, how can I help busy business owners save time? How can I offer my problem-solving capabilities? How can I take things off their plate so they aren't bogged down in the weeds of their business and instead are doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is generating more profit for the business? And third, another underrated way of providing value that clients will pay for is via your soft skills. When I hire for certain roles in my business, I prioritize soft skills way over hard skills because soft skills are so much harder to teach than hard skills. I can teach someone how to use Airtable. I cannot teach Chad how to be empathetic if he has never taken another human being's feelings into consideration before. So if you've got some decent or really solid soft skills, you can get really far as a freelancer with no experience or expertise. Some of the top dollar soft skills, by the way, I have a whole video on this that I'll link in the top right corner, but some of these top dollar soft skills that clients will pay for are being a problem solver, aka making their lives easy. This is so underrated. So many freelancers do not actively think about this or do this ever. They make clients jump through hoops. They overcomplicate. They bring problem after problem to the client. Don't be that guy. Be a problem solver. I promise clients are willing to pay more money when you are somebody who just brings solutions and helps them solve problems that they didn't even know were problems in their business. Being proactive, aka taking charge, being one step ahead of the client so they don't have to worry they're forgetting things. Identify areas of opportunity in their business so they can make more money or save money. As a digital business manager, a big part of my role was being proactive and taking initiative so that the client didn't have to worry about everything in their business moving forward. They knew that I was worried about everything in their business moving forward, and I was making sure things were getting done without the client's input as well. Being creative, offering ideas, being good at talking to people, which is, essentially a pillar of so many team management, sales, recruitment, and people-related jobs. Now, the trick here is that you don't want to talk about your soft skills themselves. You want to talk about what your soft skills will help the client achieve for their business. So as an example, I wouldn't say I'm very organized, right? Because everybody says that. I would say I'll help you get your project management tools streamlined and managed properly so you never lose track of another project again. Or I wouldn't say I love talking to people and I'm a great communicator. I would say I'll take team management off your plate completely so you're not drowning in team check-ins and one-on-one calls and Slack messages all week, and I will ensure your team is happy, thriving, and has everything they need to finish their projects and tasks. So think strategically about what your soft skills can help a client unlock for their business. What is in it for them? All this to say, if you don't have experience or expertise, you can compensate with soft skills and time. So do a really good job with your soft skills and just invest that time into doing the work and learning on the job. And if you're asking, Dea, can I deliver more than one type of value? Here is a cookie for my smart cookie. When you stack these types of values, that's when you get the winner freelancer dinner. So of course, when you start out, you may not have a lot of expertise, like I didn't. So I stacked my time and my soft skills. Then as I grew my expertise, learned more and more on the job, built my skill set, took time outside of my job to do more learning and grow my expertise, I stacked all three and became a freelance digital business manager. And that's when you get a client that loves on you and never breaks up with you because you're just that valuable to them, because you're providing value in so many different ways. So now that you know what freelance clients will pay for, it's time to figure out which services to offer using my DIP formula, which tells you which services to dip out on because they're not worth your time. You can click on it to watch it right here. Yep, you got it. See you over there. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.